So, as an independent candidate for mayor of London, I have an interesting lens into our two-party system, which is the show that is being reeled out for you to watch over the next 7 weeks, which is candidate from Conservative Party fights with candidate from Labour Party for your vote share. Meanwhile, this is all a farce because both candidates are severely lacking. We already know direct from Labour headquarters that Mayor Sadiq Khan is no longer allowed to appear in public before May 6th because it was quote unquote jeopardize the election. This is if the current mayor shows his face in public. We saw what happened last week when he had to hide inside of a coffee shop for an hour because there were 6 people from Enfield that wanted to ask him some questions about his LTNs, his low traffic neighborhoods. Now the word is from Conservative headquarters that Sean Bailey is no longer allowed in policy meetings. So he's basically been defunded now by his party. He's got no more money from the Conservative Party. They have given up on him because they don't believe in his ideas. And yet you are being shown this quote unquote 2-horse race to choose from for May 6th and the future of our city. And a few more things about Sean Bailey. I mean, everything that comes out of his mouth just makes me chuckle in the background. This is the guy that said he would provide 100,000 new homes by charging homeless people a 5,000 pound deposit. This is the guy that said he's going to put 8,000 police on the streets and yet has no idea how to pay for it. This is the same guy whose solution to crime on the streets of London was installing burglar alarms. This guy's own campaign manager says he's most likely to lose, and 50% of Londoners have never heard of him and also have never heard of his policies. And yet, this is the guy that gets wheeled out to the radio shows, that gets wheeled out to mainstream media as your choice as a voter. You should be insulted. I'm insulted as a voter in London. As an independent candidate, I'm further insulted because we are the only candidate who can beat Sadiq Khan. He knows it, I know it, and the voters know it as well. The odds makers, the worldwide bookmakers, have had me in second place for the past 3 months. And yet they wheel out this two-party system, these two options for you to choose because they sign off on each other's failures. And in another 3 or 4 years, they're going to give you another quote-unquote choice. And again, they'll sign off on more of their failures because it's all one system. It's a corrupt system that has policies that are not in the interest of the voters. And that's why when I come along, some independent candidate with ideas that come straight from my mind and my mouth after doing my own research and speaking with you, the citizens, someone who's willing to go out on the streets and talk to people, who's willing to live stream and take your questions in live stream format, that's why I scare the establishment, because I know exactly how to put 10,000 officers on the streets. I've costed it. It's 300 million pounds, and I'm going to pay for that through an infrastructure levy, which is how the Transport for London can finally take some value for all of the incredible value that they create by extending their lines and putting in a transport system that creates tens of billions of pounds of wealth for this city that they never see a dollar of. I have a plan to raise 100 million pounds from corporate sponsors to go into our community centers to start making an impact on knife crime. I will build 50,000 affordable homes by Christmas of this year, and I've got the architect's plans of exactly where they're going to go. I'll be releasing in the next week or two. This is what makes me different from the Conservative option, and he's not even an option because his own party has given up on him. And this is what makes me better than the current mayor of London, who literally can't leave his office, or he'll be heckled, he'll be run after, he'll be shouted out, and he'll have to run and hide from his own voters. This is the state of politics in London, and you should be outraged. I know I am. I'm also empowered because I know the people on the streets want an independent voice. They want fresh ideas, and they want to make London a world-class city once again, and they know that I am the man to do that. So on May 6th, let's make it happen. If you want to be a part of my campaign, you can volunteer. You can get your postal vote and vote early. You can be a part of this process. We're back out on the bus next week. We're coming to every single borough again. I'll be live streaming. I'll be campaigning. I'll be speaking, because I speak the truth and I feel great about what I'm doing, because no other candidate is actually speaking the truth, and no other candidate has policies that are in the interest of Londoners. And I'm so excited for May 6th, and I really appreciate all of your support. Leave me your comments below. Share this video with someone who needs it. Volunteer for my campaign. and it's going to be a fantastic day on May 6th. Thank you very much.